Hi guys, so today we'll be going over some exponents, but before we start, let's recap some exponent rules. Rule number 1, multiplying bases that are the same. If we have a to the power x multiplied by a to the power y, you need to take one base and then add your powers, so that will be x plus y. For example, if you get 2 to the power 3 times by 2 to the power 4, you take one base 2 and then you add your powers, that is 3 plus 4 gives you 7. Rule number 2, dividing bases that are the same. If you get a to the power x divided by a to the power y, again you take one base and then you subtract the powers x minus y. For example, if you get 2 to the power 4 divided by 2 to the power 2, you take one base, that is 2, and then you subtract 4 minus 2 and get 2. Rule number 3, exponents that are raised to an exponent. For example, if you have a to the power x all raised to y, you keep the base a and you multiply the exponents. Looking at an example, if you get 2 to the power 3 all raised to the power 4, you keep your base, which is 2, and then you multiply 3 by 4 and you get 12. Rule number 4, anything raised to the power 0. If you have a to the power 0, you get 1. Remember, anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So for example, if you get 3 to the power 0, that is 1. If you get 36 to the power 0, still 1, guys. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. If you get 28x to the power 0, that is 1. And for this one, I will explain it further as we go along with the examples. Okay, these are the notes for the day. Do pause the video to take them down. Let's do some examples. So you first look at the first two, take one base, and this is rule number 2. You will subtract your powers and get 5, multiply by 2 to the power 4. To the next step, you take one base and then you add the powers, that is rule number 1, and you will get 9. I know what you're thinking, what if I could do it the other way? Okay, let's look at it. So if you could say 8 minus 3 plus 4, you will still get 9. But with this, guys, I don't recommend it as you are prone to making mistakes. It is easy to make a mistake. Moving on. Number 2, let's say you have brackets. So you first work within the brackets. So as usual, you take one base, you add the powers, and then you bring down the next term. And then again, you say 8 minus 2, and you get 4 to the power 6. And then that's when we will look at rule number 3, which you say 6 times 3 and you will get 18. Or you can just destroy the bracket at first by multiplying all the inside exponents with the outside exponents individually, guys. Remember, these are separate terms, you multiply individually. And then you can start doing your rule number 1, adding the powers. And then you bring down your last term, which is 4 to the power 6, and then to your last step, that is when you say 4, and then you subtract the powers, which is your rule number 2, and you still get the same answer. Okay, example number 3, the same. First one is easy. You bring down the base, and then you add the powers times. Now here we go to this one. This is all raised to the power 0. The whole thing inside the bracket is raised to the power 0, so it will be 1. Remember, anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So 2 to the power 6 times 1 is 2 to the power 6. And there you have it. That is all at Math with Identifier, guys. If you have any question, write them down in the comments, or you can email me and I'll make sure to get back to you.